Hello everyone, how are you? Greetings again, and today we have additional Jay-Z related topics to discuss. Now, are you all familiar with the artist Teairra Mari? Yes, she appeared on Love and Hip Hop, but Jay-Z personally chose her long before. Reality TV. The crazy part is that she was still a minor at the time of that incident. Yes, you heard correctly.
It was just, I was young. It was a 17-year-old's mind.
Do you still keep in touch with Jay? You know, are y'all cool?
No, I don't keep in touch with him, but I have no harsh feelings towards him.
Hailing from Detroit and Barbados, these princesses are Sean Jay-Z Carter's 1-2 punch on the charts. A beautiful combination. Please welcome Teairra Mari and Rihanna.
Wow, don't you just love being on stage?
Yes, it's so wonderful.
True.
You know, sometimes you just want to let go and do you. The only place you can do that is on stage.
Absolutely.
What's on your plate? He said there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor. So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing. Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Teairra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? This is her own words coming out of her mouth, and she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew.
The real reason why Teairra Mari's career never took off was revealed by Rihanna and her messy bag, and it appears that Beyoncé was the one behind the scenes. Rumor has it that Bey made it her personal goal to ensure Teairra didn't succeed in the industry after learning of the purported relationship between Teairra and Jay-Z. The crazy part is that Bey was unaware that Rihanna was the person she should have been following. Rihanna's string of singles not only caught Beyoncé's attention, but there are also rumors that Jay-Z was attempting to court her. Street tales also claim that when she was only 17 and he was approaching 30, he coerced her into a covert relationship. That could be the reason why, despite being well-known musicians with ties to Jay-Z, Rihanna and Beyoncé, they have never released a single song together. Fans are beginning to figure out why the time frame is incorrect. Not even Teairra's rendition of Destiny's Child's Lose My Breath could save her. Beyoncé was obviously not having it. Teairra and Rihanna were both signed to Def Jam at the time, and L.A. Reid, an executive there, was certain that Teairra would be the breakthrough artist. He claimed that while Rihanna was receiving the leftovers, he focused the majority of his attention, energy, and label support on her. In contrast, she was hardly receiving any push. However, when Beyoncé entered the discussion, everything changed. After a label showcase, Beyoncé grabbed him aside and informed him, "That Rihanna girl, she's a beast," as L.A. Reid acknowledged in his memoir. Everything changed with that one line. According to L.A. Reid, it was like a bell ringing. The label abruptly changed their emphasis. Instead, all of the momentum they were giving Teairra began to go in Rihanna's direction. It was like Beyoncé gave Rihanna the cosign that no one could ignore. L.A. Reid also revealed more behind-the-scenes information regarding how he first saw Rihanna in his novel. He claimed to have seen her standing in the hallway, unsure of her identity, until Jay-Z jumped into his office, beaming. That event laid the groundwork for Rihanna's eventual ascent. And the more you investigate, the more it appears that Teairra's career gradually sank into the background while Rihanna gained the upper hand thanks to Beyoncé's involvement. Therefore, while it's possible that Rihanna's ascent was predetermined, it also sounds like Beyoncé was a key factor in determining that course. Bey's cosign was the pivotal moment that gave Rihanna the industry push she required during a period when label backing was crucial. Whether it was motivated by strategy, jealousy, or pure instinct.
I'm Rihanna, and we had a showcase. And at the showcase, there were two artists performing. Her name is Teairra Mari, and she's a really sweet girl. And the truth is, I was paying a little more attention to her than I was to Rihanna. After the showcase, you know, Beyonce just gave me one of those looks, and he said, "That Rihanna girl, she's a beast." And she looked away, right? And I was like, so I did a Rihanna double take. You know, but it wasn't as though I didn't believe in Rihanna. I love that girl, right? But I paid a little more attention when Beyonce said that to me.
Yeah.
It was the longest 12 hours of my life. Like, I was just waiting downstairs and I was like,
had the contract on here. One saying it, one saying it, one saying it. I was so hyped. I didn't sleep for the next 3 days. But I mean, I was just looking at the roof like, oh gosh, is this happening?
How soon after you stopping singing did you get a deal?
12 hours?
And 12 hours later, your manager called you or told?
No, 12 hours later we signed. We didn't really leave. We stayed in the building.
You didn't leave the building?
Right. It was pretty much that day. It was literally 12 hours later.
And Jay told you
3 a.m.
And they told you can't leave? You're like, I'm tired, I want to go back to the hotel. Don't worry, I'll sign
Because
with
they
you.
didn't want us to go audition for other labels.
Afraid of the record. It was so big that I thought the record would be bigger than her. Right. I thought the record, she would be the Pond the Replay girl. Forever. Yeah, but I took the meeting anyway. I said, let me just meet her. And beautiful when girl. I met her that day, I knew she was a star. Like, just her look, the way she walked into a room and her confidence, and she performed in my office.
And she was, what, 17 years old at that point?
She was 16.
16, and she has the confidence of it. She's like an old soul in a sense, right?
Absolutely.
So she walks in your office, and what, she just belts out a tune?
Belts out a tune, she performs, and I tell her, there's no way out of this.
And in an interview with Teairra, Banks, Rihanna subsequently talked about her experience getting signed. And let's just say it wasn't as easy as Ellie Reed and Jay-Z made it appear. Rihanna claims that Jay actually kept the 16-year-old in his office till midnight and wouldn't let her leave unless she signed the contract. Many folks were raising their eyebrows at that point. Supporters think Teairra purposefully brought it up in the interview so Rihanna could talk about what actually transpired between her and Jay.
What's your audition with Jay-Z? Tell me what he said to you. A really good audition. Yes. But before I met him, I was so nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming. And you had to sing a cappella for him? Yes, I had to sing. I sang Pond the Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time. Yeah. So then what did he say to you? He said something to you. Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief. But then he said something about a window and a door or something. Oh, then he said, he did it one more. I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady. He said, there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor. So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing. Yeah. And I'm sure working with Jay-Z, you've met Beyoncé. That's right. How was it like meeting her? I could not speak. Really? Really. That's someone I really looked up to for a long time. And it was after one of my showcases, and he was introducing me to everyone from the label. Then he finally said, okay, one more person. And there she was. And I could not speak. And she gave you some advice. Yes, she did. She just told me to, when I get on stage, let loose, have fun, and be in control. Yeah, and don't be afraid to let it go. No. Because she'd be like, what? You know how she does it. But we're going to be hooking up the whole audience with your CD. Oh, thank you.
The real tea, however, begins to spill here. People now speculate that Beyoncé pushed for Rihanna rather than Teairra, because she was afraid that Teairra would one day surpass her. People believe that Bey only backed Rihanna because she didn't perceive her as genuine competition and undervalued her abilities. When Rihanna blew up and supposedly started seeing Jay behind Beyoncé's back, that backfired badly. In reality, the allegation originated with Rihanna's own publicist, who later acknowledged that it was a publicity gimmick to promote Pond the Replay. He said that he just threw spaghetti at the wall, making it all up out of desperation. However, let's face it, no one took him seriously, and the situation worsened when Beyoncé released Bow Down, which many perceived as a direct jab at Rihanna.
Bow down B over and over from the woman who preaches empowering women is a bit unsettling to some.
I just feel like it's kind of, it's hard to swallow. Just very hard to swallow, having seen her in a different light for so long.
I don't like it. I don't think it's her. I don't think it goes with what she represents.
I love Beyonce, but I honestly think that Jay-Z's putting thoughts in her head.
You're on a Pepsi can, for goodness sakes, to tell B words to bow down, and then you're saying girls run the...
And Beyoncé doubled down rather than simply accepting the loss and acknowledging that she might have been mistaken to approach Rihanna in that manner. She became extremely defensive and made no effort to clarify or apologize. The fans were clearly aware that it was prioritizing pride over peace.
The reason I put out Bow Down is because I woke up, I went into the studio, I had a chant in my head. It was aggressive. It was angry. It wasn't the Beyoncé that wakes up every morning. It was the Beyoncé that was angry. It was the Beyoncé that felt the need to defend herself. And if this song never comes out, okay, I said it. And I listened to it after I finished, and I said, this is hot. I'm gonna put it out. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna just put it out. People like it, great. They don't. They don't. And I won't do it every day because that's not who I am. But I feel strong. And anyone that says, oh, that is disrespectful, just imagine a person that hates you. Imagine a person that doesn't believe in you. And look in the mirror and say, bow down. And I guarantee you feel gangster. So listen to that song from that point of view, again, if you didn't like it before.
Rihanna was enraged by this and didn't mince words. She immediately took to Twitter to disparage Beyoncé by publishing an article referring to her as the UK's pop queen. The caption? I am only capable of being the best. A challenge would be nice. How did it feel to be on your knees down there? Yes, she was using a lot of words. The drama didn't end there though, darling. It began to circulate that Beyoncé had forced Jay-Z to release Rihanna's anti-album on Tidal, which is the same website that both of them owned. The album leak is thought to have been intentional. Rihanna had to release Anti herself prior to the formal debut since it inexplicably dropped early. Additionally, guess who got the full-fledged promotional machine while her album launch was being sabotaged? Yes, Beyoncé. People believe she wanted Rihanna out of the spotlight since she was preparing to release Lemonade at the same time. If this tea is true, then the tactic was successful. Because Lemonade made $653,000 in its first week, while Anti only made $124,000. Silent tension between them turned into a full-fledged Cold War. They reportedly avoided each other at the Tidal news conference because their relationship had become so unpleasant. According to a source who spoke to Naughty Gossip, they wouldn't even stand next to each other. Allegedly, the entire incident was planned to keep them apart. Faye may be kicking herself right now if any of this crap is real. It's obvious that she wasn't prepared for Rihanna to become that popular. However, in the present, Rihanna is the owner of a billion-dollar business. In the meantime, Teairra Mari's career took a nosedive once she became embroiled in this industry controversy. Fans now claim that Beyoncé undervalued Rihanna, which is why she pushed her over Teairra rather than her skill. According to one insider, Beyoncé didn't believe Rihanna would surpass her because Teairra had a louder voice. According to a different fan, Teairra's vocals and appearance likely made her a greater threat to Beyoncé. However, what's the irony? Rihanna achieved the same level of success, if not greater, without having to speak loudest. The true question now is, did Beyoncé's decision to support the wrong girl for the wrong reasons harm Teairra Mari's career? Did Bey want to get Rihanna because he thought she would be easier to manage than Teairra? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Was Rihanna undervalued by Beyoncé? Has the politics of the industry gone left? And most importantly, should she have just stayed out of it and allowed talent to speak for itself? Remember to click here to view yet another incredibly disorganized video.